Hey, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about like my full moon experience. Um, it was this past Sunday. It was a full moon in Libra, so the start of the new year for astrology. And it was all about like healing your relationships, healing yourself, and how you interact with others. And it was honestly really tough. I realized a lot about like myself and how I interact with people and the things that I don't really like about that. And I cried a lot. um, so if you guys cried as well, squad, it was very emotional. I want to start doing like these videos a little bit more, I don't know, casual. Because I don't know. I don't want it to be something that I get stressed out and anxious about so then I can never make videos, because it's like I want people to watch these and then, I don't know, feel comforted or helped in spirituality. I feel like that's like my whole purpose on this planet, is like to help people heal and like reconnect to like spirituality, at least right now in my life point. So yeah, I did a full moon releasing ritual with my friends. It was 3 of us, including me, and we actually got this idea off of a video from like a lady on TikTok, and she was basically talking about how you take a piece of paper and you write out all the things that you are releasing, all the things that you don't want, all the things that you are no longer happy with. And then you fold up the paper and then you burn it, and on a different piece of paper, you write everything that you want to bring in. So you would say like, I am so grateful that my relationships are abundant and full of love, things like that. I wrote a lot about the things that I don't like. The way that I kind of like to do writing spells, especially if you have to like write a lot, I usually just actually use like a post-it note. It's easier, at least for me, to burn when there's less paper. Like if you're using like just a normal like piece of paper, like construction paper, if you fold it up really tiny, it's gonna be like a really thick bunch of paper, and it's really not gonna burn as well if you've got like wind and stuff. If you're doing inside, then do what you want. But I do it outside, and so it's just easier to burn with less paper. So I took a post-it note, I wrote out all the things that I like was releasing. I phrased it as like, I release blah 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 blah, and I just write over. So I'll just start from the top, go all the way to the bottom. Once I like reach the bottom, I'll just start right up at the top again, and I'll just write over and over and over on top of my words. So it kind of just looks like scribbles, but I know what it's saying, and I can still like kind of get where I'm going. So I folded that up, and then I burnt it outside after a little bit of like meditation. And then after we burnt it outside, we went back. Also, side note, if you're ever burning something, make sure that before you dispose of it or before you like walk away, it's completely out. For us, or at least like for me, when we burnt it outside, we burnt it in like a area where there was no like dry plant material. It was like rocky ground, and we dug a little hole and then put the ashes in there, covered them with like dirt and rocks, and made sure that all of the embers were out before we left, because otherwise you can start a wildfire, and I'm sure none of you guys want to do that. I don't. So, and then go back inside or just finish burning your thing. Take another piece of paper or post-it note, up to you, and then fill out the things that you want to bring in. I actually did it in my journal. This is my like diary. It's got some wax from a different spell. So yeah, I did it as like a journal entry. I basically just like phrased it as I do my like manifestations, to where it's like, I am so abundantly grateful for the new opportunities in my life. I'm personally a specific manifester, so I try to be really specific in my manifestations. I try to like think and write things that are like, I like physically want to happen, instead of just being like, I'm so grateful for all of the money I have. I have to like write out like, where's this money coming from? How much money? Like things like that. I guess because that's just like easier for my subconscious to like conceptualize and then send out. So after we did that, we burnt a candle. We all had different colors. I used, I believe, blue and yellow. Blue for healing, because Libra full moon. And then yellow for bringing in happiness. A big part of my like life journey right now is kind of like unwinding the like mindsets that I've had from like childhood, like healing the inner child, kind of like, I don't know, doing like working through the traumas that like we all have, working through the issues that we all have, to try and kind of become someone that I like feel more comfortable with. Like I want to like love myself now. I'm working on it, but I definitely like, I want to be someone that like I can be proud of, you know, to where it's like, I don't want to be someone who's like mean or like picking on people for no reason or like things like that. I want to be someone who like is calm and collected and like has passion, but like still connected to that like inner child that we all have, to where it's like I can have fun and see like the wonder in life and have that like childlike wonder about just like things in the world. Because I feel like a lot of us, especially like nowadays, feel a lot of really like disillusioned with where life is taking us. And I definitely feel that way right now. So I want to like be able to be someone that I can live with, and then also have a life that I can live with as well. So anyways, once you finished writing things out, burn your candles. I just use little birthday candles because I really don't want to have to pay for pillar candles, and also just don't want to have to wait. I'll be honest, I birthday candles burn in a much shorter time than pillar candles do, and I feel weird about like getting up in the middle of like a ritual where candles are still burning and then like going about my day and like getting food to eat, getting water to drink. For me, I like to, once I sit down to do my ritual, I don't do anything else until the ritual is completed. So yeah, if you do want to like go and get water, that's totally up to you. It's just personally what I like to do. To each their own, but burn your candles. I usually just like meditate while the candles are burning, or you can like burn the candles and write your stuff, and then once the candles finished burning, I believe that I burnt them on a post-it note as well to make sure that nothing like burnt through my table. I think I put it in here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. So this is the little burn mark. It's got the yellow candle and the blue candle. I believe that my other like friends, the ones who did the ritual with me, one used white and pink and the other used white and yellow. White for like bringing in good protection, good clarity. Yeah. And so I did all that and I went to bed pretty much after that. I definitely felt like the next few days, some of the like the specific things that were affecting me, that I wrote down to like release, I felt like I was definitely like getting over it, or like it just wasn't affecting me as much, which felt really nice. Definitely like a validation in the craft, which I know that a lot of us struggle with, like not believing, or I don't know, feeling like we're doing something wrong, or like, am I like really able to do this, or blah blah blah, whatever. Me too. But yeah, so that was really nice. And then after that, I've just been like realizing more and more and more about myself and my subconscious and the things that continue to affect me to this day, which is very overwhelming. When you start to like, for me at least, and I feel like for a lot of other people, when you're going through the process of healing, it usually brings up like issues that you didn't even realize to recognize. And it's kind of like, it's like a snowball effect. So it's like once you find one issue to target and you're working on that, like 20 other issues come up and you're like, I don't even know where to start with this. So then it just like, it feels like your whole world is crumbling and you like have so much to deal with and no idea how. Even though you've dealt with it in the past and you've been dealing with it this whole time, it's like once your attention is brought to it, it's overwhelming. So yeah, this full moon, I was very emotional. It very much was like, I cried like 3 times, which I know is probably like whoop-de-doo, but I like don't really cry all that often, and that was something that I wanted to work through, because I definitely feel like I don't allow myself to feel like my emotions to the full extent, and I feel like I am making really, really good progress with that. So that excites me, especially with like like I said, the Libra full moon. That's all about like healing, so that feels good. So yeah, I definitely want to like make anyone who's watching this, I don't know, feel more comfortable in the craft and know that it doesn't have to be, I don't know, something like outrageous. I don't know, I just like, my like ideal for this like channel is to kind of just like help people, like for like fellow witches or fellow like spiritualists, or just people who are like interested, whether or not they're beginners or whatever. I want to like be a source of like accurate information and be a source of like helpfulness, and be able to like talk open and honestly and like connect with people who also kind of like same ideals about life. So hopefully, I know it's very much like magic is a belief like source, like it's kind of like a believe and it will be. And I feel like a lot of us struggle with that, especially those of us who like are very like anxious, are very like doubtful about things, which I definitely identify with that. I struggle with like suspicion and like always feeling like things are not going to work out, which is something that I want to work through. See, so many things to bring up, but I definitely want people to like feel more comfortable with it. So I hope you guys were like okay with the kind of like ranty, I don't know, topic of this video. It was less so as like actually telling you how to do stuff and more just like talking about my week. So yeah, let me know if you guys like tried the like releasing thing, or if you guys did anything for the Libra full moon. Also if like I don't know, how you reacted to the full moon, if it was just kind of like cool as a cucumber, smooth sailing, or if things were a little bit bumpy like me. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you later.